Alright everyone, in my last video we talked about this punch set right here. I showed you guys about getting creative and everything. And I had one guy make a comment of, hey, his tools are always new, he never uses them or anything else. I just like new tools. I'm a tool whore. I like new tools. I do have a bunch of old tools, but I don't like having junky tools in my box, especially the amount of money that I get paid to work on cars. I don't expect somebody to come in and see junk and trash in a shop, especially when you're asking them a fortune to fix their car. I believe in being presentable, and having a good quality tools as well. Like I said, we went over this in the last video as far as the punch set and talked about getting creative. We'll set that aside. Like I said, I do have junky stuff too. This is just a 2x4. Like I said, I had my box that sits right beside this guy. The only thing I've done is actually take a belt sander of this and cleaned it up. But you can see I got a number of bolts here, different ones. These are some GM bolts that I pulled out, and along here that I use on different balancers, for import cars. As you can see, I have some more here. You can get that out, but those are 6mm, I believe. Those are 8mm. These are 8mm. But they come in handy for steering columns and a number of other things. I do have a set that has all this in it, but unfortunately they do not come with little long 6mm bolts in them. Most of them are standard and outdated. So a lot of times when you take engines apart, I hoard this stuff and get creative like this and have these set on top of my box, so I don't have to root through a box or unstack a bunch of boxes to get to a puller. So I usually just keep my snap-on harmonic balancer puller and disassembled with the forcing screw out of it, and usually it's laying in a drawer. But then I have access to all these. Like I said, I have even longer ones here, and these are extremely long right here. Anybody that's done a Chrysler timing belt on I believe it's a 2.4, knows what these are for. It's hard to find bolts, to pull that crank gear off that's pressed on, to get behind there and do that seal. That's what these guys are for. Those don't come in a puller set. And these are also metric. A lot of these are metric here. These came out of GM motors or Chrysler motors or old intake manifolds that were in the shop that I grabbed these out of because I knew that I would use them. They have washers on them. This is a 6mm bolt by 1.0. Has a nice washer on it, and then have stack of fender washers that are larger so it doesn't pull through the puller. But like I said, you can get creative, and you can make this stuff look pretty too. At one point in time, it's been dropped, as you can see, and it's chipped the wood. And it used to be sanded and pretty like this guy right here, And it does get used, as you can see. It's greasy, it's nasty. But it serves its purpose. Eventually, I want to go through and actually just make this out of one piece and clean this up and make it more presentable. But yes, I do have some junky tools, things that are homemade and so forth like that. This is one of them. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with being creative. Nothing wrong with having used tools. It's just I'm one of them people that are OCD and I like new tools. So I just have a tendency to share those with you guys. They may not be used as much as some of my other tools yet, but eventually they will, and they will be replaced again. So, but I thought I'd share that with you guys, answer some of your questions. Yes, I do use my tools. Yes, I do have some old tools. But like I said, being a tool whore and just not one of those people that like old tools. I like the latest and the greatest, just like everybody else, just like people with stereos and cars and so forth. So that being said, like I said, get out of the garage there and do something, be creative, and put some of this old stuff to use, or even make it presentable. That's what I've done here. Like I said, eventually this will all become one piece. It'll look more like this right here. All right, guys. Figured I'd share that with you guys. Go ahead and give me a like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a good night. Thank you.